Okay, so a quick thought. So I've heard a lot of kids talk about the fact that they're going to a particular school because they got a roster spot. And my question to them has been, are you going to that particular school because you got a roster spot? Are you offered a roster spot? Or are you going to that school because it fits it within your long-term strategic plan? Does it satisfy your educational needs for your long-term career objectives or learning objectives? And most often the response is, I'm going to this school because they're a good soccer school and I got a roster spot. So my next question is to them is, well, you're going to spend around $250,000 unless your parents are paying for it, right? But either way, someone's paying around $250,000, whether it's your parents or you in the form of loans. Is that amount of money worth playing soccer at the school of your dreams, your soccer school of your dreams, not necessarily the academic school of your dreams, but is it worth playing at the soccer school of your dreams? Taking out that much debt, does that match sort of the experiential expectations? And they typically say no, it doesn't make sense. So what that tells me is parents aren't really questioning their kids' decisions, and the kids are making emotional decisions based on the opportunity they have to play college soccer. Now, I'll say this. Even if you're getting a scholarship and you're paying 150 grand to go to college, that's a lot of money. Like, it's a lot of money. And that's money you have to pay back at some point if mom or dad isn't paying for it, or grandmom or grandpa. Is it viable? It's just a question, just a thought. Is it not viable to go to an online school to get an online degree and potentially play for an NPSL or a PDL team, or try and train with a professional or semi-pro team or a good men's league team? Is that not viable? Because what it does is it allows you to have education on your terms, and there's some really good schools with online programs. So you have the flexibility of sort of going through your education, at your pace. If the online program allows it, you have the opportunity to get internships. So you'll have work experience. You'll also be playing soccer at a high level. So just because you're not in college doesn't mean you won't have opportunities. You can get game tape. You can train with, again, in NPSL and the PDL and those leagues. You get to train and play with college players and aspiring professional players. And then lastly, you don't have that mountain of debt. Online degrees are cheaper, and even if you're in a higher end online program, you don't have the overhead, the residential costs. So is that potentially a viable option? I haven't heard of anyone doing that, but I think it's a viable option. I think it should be investigated and explored. And in fact, I will do the research and sort of report back. But I think we have to start thinking outside of the box so that we're getting more value from this experience, and we're not sort of just accepting the way things have been done, because the way things have been done don't always deliver value for everyone. And I think we need alternatives. So, just a thought.